Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Yoruus speaking and welcome to summary video for multiplayer game number 143. As usual, spoiler alert, if you do not want to know how the game went, do not check this video and go to the second position of the playlist where the actual game starts. But if you do want to know how the game went, so you can decide if you want to watch the game or not, or you don't have the time to watch the full game and just want to watch the recap, or you have already watched the game and want to hear me theorycraft a long time after this game have actually been played, then I invite you to watch this game. So this one was played on the night on 21st August. Of course with mod and map script. I've got in this game Mr. Hellbrazer playing as Rome, Mr. Imperator playing as Persia, Shiro playing as Carthage, Whiskey Jack playing as Ethiopia, Purple Urple playing as Maya, and I rolled Japan. And this is my starting location. And I gotta say, it's not bad, right? It's not bad. It's really not bad. 2 sea resources, gems, 2 stones, cow, stables, horse somewhere around here, probably here, and iron somewhere. Not that bad, and I mean like not that bad at all. So let's move a little bit forward and see what's happening. So I did scout west, I did scout east. There's theoretically nobody around in here, but I do see something cool, and that something cool is Lake Victoria, not that far from me, and a little bit more luxuries that I can plant away around this place. 2 city-states pretty far away. I'm in mood for honor this game. I'm definitely in mood for honor this game. Oh, reload already. So cool. But there is one slight problem. There is one slight problem that rose in here around the place, and this little problem is whiskey. Whiskey's capital is here. So that kinda is a mess for me because, well, it's a problem for me because, you know, I kinda want to plant cities around this place. I've got crops. What I'm talking about. I've got pearls in my capital. I've got gems in my capital. I do want to grab incense, and I do want to grab ivory, and I want to grab silk. Okay, so I kind of want to have a city in here, and I do want to have a coastal city in here. And as I said, I'm in mood for honor, so I want to make something happen. So the first settler, like, I'm gonna try to... Why is it not working? And whiskey is like full tradition. So my first city is like Osaka. I got it pretty fast. This is turn 22, so that's really good. I think I did manage to get a couple of tributes, though I'm not certain this game was played quite a long time ago. But what I know is that I want to have a city here. And I mean, like, I want it, I need it, I just want a city here. That's like 100% for me. I don't know why I'm rocking +6 fate. There might be like a thing that I did open pirate in this game, but I'm not that sure about that. We shall see about the social policies. Yeah, I did open pirate in this game to grab a religion, surprise, and then I went honor. So I actually, yeah, my description of the game was not correct. I did open piety and I went into honor in this particular game, and I want to skip right now to the most important part of early game in here. The most important part, and this is the part basically. So my settler is on the way, and I want to plant a city in here. Now, for some unknown reason, at least unknown reason for me, Whiskey did plant his first city south, and, well, his second city south. His third city, Horar, he settled in here, and he knows, and I know, that I want to sit in here. So he's keeping some units around the place. There's of course a little bit of barbarian problems, and like there's one more reload. But the most important turn is we skip this. Yeah, this is the most important turn. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just gonna let it play out. I'm just gonna let it play out. It's like the most important game. It's like the most important couple of turns of this game. So I'm just gonna let it play out, so you can see what's cooking around in here. It's like not gonna take that much time of the summary, but this is like seriously the most important turn in this early stage of the game. I want a city here. There's a little bit of barb problems. There's like a barb spearman in here. I believe we're at war already. He's got a settler in here. I've got a settler in here. So thankfully I got a heal. And he does something strange stuff. There we go. He moves the settler here. Oh, look at that. Look, look at that. One very important moment. So risky. And he wanted to snatch this. And like the next turn is like super crucial for this game, right? It's like super, hyper, extra crucial. I'm like, if I'm gonna get it, then I'm good to go, right? If I'm not gonna get it, I'm in big trouble in here. There's like a huge barb party around the place. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 barbarians. I'm surrounded by 2 warriors and a scout. And like I need to, this is like a first click war, right? He wants to plant a city here. I want to plant a city in here. And like if I'm not gonna get it, I'm like screwed. I have nowhere to go. Like barb's gonna surround me, city's gonna shoot. It's just gonna be a total disaster. I like need this city so badly. Like I need this city so badly. But thankfully the first clicks are on my side. This is like this is the most, well, not mentioning like that settler, right? But this particular first click is something that I needed so much. I needed this like so much, and I got it. So now I'm good to go. Like his troops are out of position a little bit. I'm probably gonna lose the. He scooted away with the scout. I actually saved like warrior. Yeah, he also tried to click in here. So I'm good. Like Whiskey is not happy right now. In this here, he's definitely not happy. Like 100% not happy. So now I have my settling spots. Now it's of course time for a little bit, you know, like skirmishes and all of that stuff. But what I need to do right now is like I need to basically like consolidate this empire. I've got like a 3-city empire. There's not like the map seems like crazy. You can see the map. Yeah, you can see the map. So like I'm here. There's like literally such a huge landmass around this place. There's no city-state. There's no nothing. There's like a huge empty space on the map. A huge empty space. And you could like argue, okay, like there's like such a huge empty space. Why do you settle? Why did you go like such an aggressive stance? I don't know. I guess I was like in the mood for such aggressive stance in this game. But it worked out. There was hell of a risky move there, but it worked out. So I'm at war with Ethiopia, and I will be at war with Ethiopia for some time. I think Persia is in here somewhere, behind like a huge mountain range, somewhere around this place. Mayans and Rome are somewhere here, because it's Yoruus way. There's like, they are here, and Shiro is somewhere around this place. So like the distribution of land on this particular map was like a little bit crazy. Anyways, I've got my piety up. I'm probably gonna get the religion. I have my 3 cities that I wanted, and also Lake Victoria, which is awesome. So now it's like time to grow this empire a little bit, and of course finish the war with Ethiopia. There's not too much happening. He's not really pushing into me, and I'm not really pushing into him, because I need to, you know, like build up a little bit and get that stuff going. So I think like the war is decided in a pretty far away future. Is there's like, yeah, it's like turn 52 already, and there's not too much happening. Alright, let's put up the next one. Then, of course, we do have a little bit of skirmishes, trading some units from time to time, and like economy is not really like that great science wise. It's like turn 54, I'm like getting iron working, 70 science per turn. It's not great, but I do have a religion. I do have the cities that I want. I think I do have a little bit of hammer advantage, but that's basically it. Now, the other players like Imperator, I think like Imperator is the least experienced from this pack of players in here. Purple Leopard is playing Mayans, so Mayans are like awesome. Hellbrazer is playing Rome, which is also awesome, and they do have some tensions in between them. And Shiro is doing his like the cutie cutter, you know, like tradition into aesthetics and all that stuff. So food science wise is really good on Mr. Shiro. And I'm locked with war against whiskey. Of course, yes, I'm Honor, I'm Japan, Bushido for the win, trying to sneak in a little bit of economy, but what I really am focusing on is, of course, because he's building troops to defend, I'm building troops to attack, and eventually, you know, like, get rid of Mr. Whiskey, because there's like no other way to have like a peaceful coexistence in between us. So Harar is like the first city I go for, because it's like the easiest city to take. It's really hard to reinforce it. I'm like, if you can get units around this place, he can only reinforce from like a 2 tiles choke. I do lose some units. It's not like I don't believe there was like an easy war. This was like a pretty close war, at least for Harar, and then later on for his capital. But eventually I do take his capital, and the war is done around turn, I mean, like, yeah, 77. Turn 77, I'm finally done with war, and it's like turn 77, and I've got faulty science right now. But I do have Whiskey's Empire, and that's basically done. I think Shiro is like on 3 cities. I think Shiro is like on 3 cities. 2 cities like Capitalist on the coast, in a very crazy bay that I'm gonna show you later on. The next city is theoretically accessible, but nothing super crazy. And as I said, Rome and Mayans have a little bit of tension. I don't recall exactly which turn did they go for war, but they did fight with each other a little bit, and eventually Hellbrazer kills Maya. Okay, he eventually kills Purple Lerple, which is pretty amazing for Hellbrazer. As I said, Hellbrazer is like improving a lot lately, especially in war. He is really starting to, you know, pick those moments when he needs to go to war, or when he just like needs a little bit of SimCity. He's really improving on that side of the story. And I'm here, and I don't really have any threats, right? Shiro is like, he is not expanding into me. There's like a huge gap of space in between us. A huge gap of space. There's a huge gap of space between me and any other players. The next player that I could really have trouble with is Persia. And now Persia does, oh, NC turn 87. NC turn 87. NC turn 87, so not that great. Persia is giving me some trouble around some, yeah, I think we were like at war a little bit. And now, as I said, like, Persian player was not too experienced, in my opinion. Like, you can see a glimpse of his empire around this place. I don't really remember his social policies pick, but just from the look of the empire, you know, like no farms, like horse unimproved, no roads connecting the cities. He's just not that experienced at all. And not only that, he's got like a huge jungle range around the place. It's like a huge jungle. He has 0 roads around the place. And I mean like 0 roads. It's like a huge jungle. His cities are like, his capital is around in here, and there's like 1 tile choke to his capital. But he like, I don't know why he declares war on me, but he did declare war on me. And he like sent all the units through all the jungle just to like, you know, be in range of my units so I can shoot them one by one. So I'm not really like fighting Persia right now. I'm just like, I don't know how to even call it. It's like a border skirmish where he's losing tons of units and I'm not losing that much of units. Like, I definitely kill more than he kills of mine units. And I'm focusing on economy as much as possible. You can see, look at that, like this is like my army, and he's like keep sending those units in here, which literally does not make sense. I'm like, I'm honor, right? So I can pick off units. He doesn't really need to, like, it doesn't make sense. It absolutely doesn't make sense. This is like the Persian player is just giving me a big favor in here. I wouldn't say it's like a game-breaking favor, at least at this moment, but it's definitely being much easier for me to catch up to all the other players. Do you know, like university timing, turn 100 is horrible, but since like Rome and Mayans are fighting with each other, their science also sucks quite a bit. The only real science problem is Shiro. Like, he's the leader of the game basically. He just sits there on his 3 cities, sim-sitting, getting all the stuff that he wants, and like doing absolutely nothing. Everybody else looks like they're like absolutely not relevant to this game. So I'm like thinking, okay, I really need to sim-sit a little bit because I need to get to Shiro at some point. I cannot do it by land because that doesn't absolutely make sense. I will have to do it by sea. And my first plan is obviously like get frigates and a lot of frigates. But first of all, I finish off Persia, and I really didn't invest into that war too much. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't invest. I did get his cities eventually. Yeah, Persepolis fell around turn 120. But I didn't even really build up too much troops. I mean, like, look at that. Like, this is my whole army. I've made a huge road from this side of the map to my empire so I can flank him. So I get like a flank of, I don't know, there was like 4 units taking Pasargadae and a little bit more units taking Persepolis. So Whiskey War was hard, but Persia, killing Persia was relatively very easy because this player was really unexperienced. You can see like this land has no roads. 0 roads. 0 roads, okay? So he's got like 4 cities. I don't remember the social policy specs, but he has 0 roads. Okay, so this is like, this is free empire for me. With all respect to Imperator. I don't know, I think like it was really one of his first multiplayer games. But roads, you need roads. At least you need roads. And as I said, there's like a 2-tile choke point to his capital through Jungle Hill. So like attacking into that should be impossible without artillery. Impossible, right? Because a unit needs to step in here onto that tile, and like it's being able to be shot by like 5 units. So like 5 crossbows, even 3 crossbows and a little bit of knights can like stop attack from this side forever. This is why like I built a road on the flank, because I knew like attacking into that would be so hard, because Imperator is not that great. I could like, with my flanking force, I could take a city here, and with like sort of my other flanking force, I could take his capital without any problems whatsoever. So free empire for me, really helpful. Hellbrazer killed Mayans in the meantime, and it turned out to be a 3-player game right now, where we're so far behind in science from Shiro. It's amazing. He's having his 3-city lovely empire, but we're not giving up. As I said, honor, autocracy, commerce. This is our goal. I've got the religion. I'm focusing on culture. I'm focusing on science. I'm basically like focusing on economy a lot. I'm focusing on economy. And I started to buy stuff. Frigates. I started to build up a lot of frigates because I was kind of afraid that Shiro's going to show up at my place eventually with ships. That was like the only reason that made sense. I had a lot of gold, and I was like getting ironclads, I was like getting frigates. I think the war already started, so I want to skip a little bit to what's actually happening like on the war front. Where's the war front? Ironclads. I don't exactly remember when did I put when I declared war on Shiro. It was like all sea. Come on, Yoruus, show me some war. Show me some war. One thing though, I think we're in a better shape when it comes to I think I'm in better shape when it comes to science than Hellbrazer, like 100%. My wars was not really problematic for me that much. So, and Hellbrazer didn't really want to ally anybody in this game because he kind of, you know, like, he could go to by land to get Persia, Persia cities, like retake Persian cities, but my land army isn't here. He could ally with Shiro, but later on, because he's even more behind than I am, he would never be able to crush Carthage, right? So after like that war with Pekal, Hellbrazer would probably like to like go not relevant in this game, but he decided to stay to host for us and see how this game would end. Like Shiro surprisingly is 3% ahead in tech right now, but his tech advantage is much bigger. His tradition, aesthetics, open rationalism, freedom, shit tons of wonders, and like a lot of wonders, really good position. So he would like explode later on, like in couple turns he should explode. He should be like at research labs, and that would be like unstoppable, right? Unstoppable. But I do have the gold and I do have the plan, but I want to find the turn. Yeah, oh, this is good. This is Shiro's cities, right? And like this is like ooh, this is gonna be tough, right? As I said, there's like literally no sense to attack through land. It's like so far away to attack through land. I was like thinking, okay, maybe I could attack by land, but hey, it's just not going to work. But I've got frigates and I've got a lot of gold. I've got a lot of coal. So I was like thinking, you know, like frigates coupled with how they are called, ironclads, and I should be able to take a couple of his cities. Even if I take one city, that should slow him down enough. I was really hoping that I could take Carthage, but Shiro was preparing. Oh boy, he was definitely preparing for this. I really want to see the war. Yeah, this is my frigates going into the position. More frigates. Like building frigate after a frigate after a frigate after a frigate, right? In hopes for battleships. It's just like the point I want to see and show you. Yeah, this is my fleet. So Shiro definitely knows what he's cooking. He's far ahead in science. I'm like, my tech is miserable for this turn. But I've got numbers. I've got numbers, I've got gold, I've got hammers. Sort of got the culture that I need. And I'm actually gonna war Shiro. Like frigates versus battleships. If only I can actually find There we go. And this is why I say this is like Shiro's nightmare, alright? I don't have oil yet. I'm like, my battleships are so far away. But I'm determined to kill him. I know if I want to win this game, I need to kill him, right? And he's like on 3 cities. I've got a lot of cities. So I do have the hammers. I do have the gold. I do have the fate. So a lot of things are good for me. I just don't have the science. So I know I need to like kill something. And I'm literally like losing so much units to him. It's bloody amazing. Alright, my units like are getting destroyed so quickly, but I'm just trying to pick off, you know, like a ship after a ship slowly. It's like turn 147 in here when I'm starting to attack. That's why I call this game like this is Shiro's nightmare. He was like so depressed after this game. He was like, oh, I hate commerce autocracy buying stuff, or I hate this. Because like literally like he has, okay, he doesn't have hammer advantage, but his tech advantage is so good. His, yeah, I can kill battleships with frigates. His tech advantage is great. Culture is on spot, like 3 cities, tons of wonders, like peace throughout the whole course of the game. He's like in such a good shape, right? It's such a good shape, but no, there's Mr. Yoruus who decided to go honor, who decided to go commerce autocracy, and because there's no other real leader of the game, like Shiro is the only obstacle for me to win the game, because this is how the game went. Like I killed 1 player, Hellbrazer killed 1 player, and like this, the 5th player was not experienced enough to pose any threat to anybody, and Shiro decided to be total peaceful and like SimCity, right? So I'm in better position than Rome. So Rome like attacking me, he's dead. Attacking Carthage, he's dead. I could attack Rome, but I know that I don't have the time to attack Rome. I don't want to do it. I just don't have the time to do it. I know I need to kill Carthage before he's gonna go like planes and all the other cool stuff. I kinda knew that. So this is like a perfect situation for this to work, right? This is why it's sort of going to work. Anyways, let's go with the timer, and like I want to just show you how fighting battleships with almost good. Yeah, like how fighting battleships looks like. This is my navy, right? And this is like Shiro's navy. So I want to show you how this, yeah, 10-1. Run away, Shiro. Yeah, 62 damage by 1 battleship. No, healing pro. 14 damage on Ironclad. 18 damage. Like, frigates get 2 shot by battleships. Yeah, the Protest Dilemma. Sky high, exactly, right? So, yeah, I'm just like, I don't know, that like, I need to like slam and slam and slam and slam. And eventually just wear him down. Like for a minute there I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna have enough troops to even kill anything, right? So I'm scrambling like everything, building in my coastals, all the good stuff. I'm even unhappy, but like I need to kill him. Like I need to kill him. I need to deal damage. Like those battleships not gonna stop me. There we go. 16 damage. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And they're even land promoted, by the way. 19 damage, Ironclad. There's like 1 tile choke point to Shiro's capital. You can see this, right? It's like 1 tile choke point. If he wouldn't settle a city, like he would settle a city in here, there's like 1 tile access point to him. Was there like demographics in here a second ago? Yeah, I think there was like demographics a second ago in here. Okay, so this is how demos looks. Average is like 400. So Shiro has around 320 hammers. He's like 80 hammers behind me. He doesn't have the gold, right? He's behind an army, but he's 9% ahead in tech. 9% ahead in tech. That's a lot. But of course, Hellbrazer's position is, this is why like he couldn't really do much after the war with Mayans. Like nothing. Like he's 46 hammers, like diminished and all of that stuff. He's just there to see how the game will end, and, you know, like host for us. And don't yes, submarines. I think he's got a couple of submarines, but well. Anyways, so the war goes on for a little bit. I'm gonna skip a little bit more. I'm eventually wearing this down, right? Eventually wearing this down. Like the frigates that went outside of here. He's kind of like dependent on oil because he doesn't have too much land. He doesn't have that much oil to actually build enough stuff. So I was able to pick off the fleet that he had here. But with this, there was like literally absolutely no hope to take city, like Hippo, no way. And there was no way to get in here because he had like battleships in here sitting inside of this. And I really couldn't break into that. But eventually, this is like turn 150. And I do believe like somehow I did get battleships soon. Yeah, battleship 1 turn. There we go. So I got battleships turn 152. Okay. And of course I've got a lot of oil because I conquered like through 2 empires. So that's quite a bit. And eventually the war goes on a little bit. Where's the war? I think like there's one more part in here. But my battleships are finally here, and I'm getting him like finally starting to crush him. At least, you know, like with the hammer advantage, all of the good stuff, I'm starting to pick off his fleet. Like the only thing that could really save him would be like nukes, right? So I finally get in here, and he's like left with 2 battleships, 1 battleship in here, and I control the sea. And this is like basically GG from Shiro. Shiro was like so devastated by this game. So devastated by this game. Like, how could this happen? This is like Shiro was. But to be fair, he had like, I don't know, 10 oil. And I had... Yeah. When he was like left with this, he knew that there's like one more part. No, there's like 3-minute part, so yeah, it's not even like a part in here, I believe. Yeah, he's not gonna hot join or anything like that. So what do I want to test here? Yeah, this is like basically my empire, right? So my whole empire. So like the science finally kicked in slowly. I've got a lot of oil, a lot of good stuff, a lot of hammers. But the most important part is like Shiro is... Yeah, and I've got purchasing, right? And I've got purchasing too, so that's really a lot of stuff that I can do. I've got submarines in here, like I've got a lot of battleships. I'm like building a lot of stuff. So there's absolutely no problem with that. I don't think like I'm gonna... I don't know what I'm doing in here. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it in here. So he basically like GG'd after he was like left with 3 battleships because he has not too many options. Like the only thing that could save him right now before he could like destroy me would be like, I don't know, nukes or something like that. But you can't buy nukes. So that really wouldn't work out. So yeah, it was like GG, like a beautiful win, a very like cool win. But I gotta admit that this game was like for honor. This is like basically like piety, honor into commerce, autocracy, right? So the only reason this game worked was several things that happened. Several lucky things, I would say, that happened. Of course, like, yeah, I'm like, I did had a big part of like helping this luck a little bit. But there was like several things that was really lucky in this game. So let's start off with map position. Well, no, okay, map position. Let's start off with Whiskey. Whiskey settling a city not towards me, but like in the back first, and then his last city was supposed to be the city that I wanted as well. So that's like the first decision that helped me in this game. Second decision is obviously, well, it's not like a matter of decision, but winning 2 first clicks, 1 saving my settler from his warrior. Mika, what's wrong with the cat today? The second decision is like decision thing is getting the first click on the settler. So that's that. Then of course successful war in Ethiopia, but let's say that was not lucky. Okay, that was not lucky. That was just me. The third thing is the map, basically the situation on the map, which is like there's a huge space. Look at this. Until the end of the game, there's like a huge space that nobody really wanted. Nobody really wanted this space. And I mean like absolutely nobody. So I could fight on this side and nobody really threatened me. Especially that Shiro didn't really want to attack into me, which I think was not a good idea. Like, I did had a tons of crossbows, or I could get a tons of crossbows, so I don't know if like a frigate attack would work for him in the long run anyways, especially that I did get like, you know, like a second capital, so I should probably retake my stuff anyways. But Shiro didn't really had any threats whatsoever, and he decided to like SimCity, which was actually good for me. Next thing is like Hellbrazer going to war versus Maya. Well, actually the other way around. Maya attacked Hellbrazer, then Hellbrazer pushed him back, counterattacked and destroyed him. But of course put himself in a miserable position when he couldn't really influence the game. And I had an easy third empire in the person of unexperienced Persian player, right? So all those things, like if you compile all those things, you get this: being behind, having 570 science on turn 160, and being able to win a game. Like all of those things, if you put all of those things together, you get a victory in this particular situation. Because let's be honest, my science compared to like even like Shiro in this game was bad. If he would be in land and he would have like bombers and all of that stuff, it would be probably so hard to push into him. Most probably I would be able to, nevertheless, because I would get like land ships and eventually rocket artillery, so probably I should overwhelm him, but also if he had a good science game, he should be in space in around like 10 turns, 20 turns max, if I wouldn't attack him. So I don't know. I don't know if that would work. Anyways, good game. I really enjoyed this one. This is like really fun game. You don't see it actually in here, like the chat. The chat in here like says Shiro, nerf it to the ground. So Shiro was not satisfied with, you know, like commercy, autocracy, buying stuff. But yeah, this is what happened. So I hope you enjoyed this summary. If you haven't watched the game, I invite you to watch the game. The link should be around in here somewhere to the first position where the actual game starts. And I guess that's it for this video. So thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Best wishes. Yoruus out.